We're here tonight to honor people who have set the standard and so often have surpassed the standard in making donation possible.
Spreading the message that donation simply is the right thing to do. It is an ordinary action that can produce extraordinary results.
In 2011, Gift of Hope provided 864 organs for transplant as a result of the generous gifts made possible by 286 donors and their families. We also worked with more than 1,200 tissue donors and their families to recover life-enhancing tissues for transplantation.
Take with us tonight our gratitude and appreciation for all that you do. Thank you very much. It is my pleasure to introduce one of the most respected journalists in the Chicago Hispanic television community, Leda Santo Domingo.
And dear friends, I'm so grateful to be here tonight. Really, I'm very happy. For the last 25 years, I have worked for Telemundo and for myself as a TV producer and reporter. During this time, I have had many opportunities to get to know families who are waiting for a much-needed organ. I say families because in our culture, when a person is sick or waiting for a miracle to cure their love, it is the family, the entire family, who is waiting, hoping, praying. This past January, I began to produce the show Sin Condición, Without Condition, or in English, Unconditional. This is a weekly 30-minute TV show that promotes organ donation in the Hispanic community. This is sponsored by Gift of Hope and hosted by Raisa Mendoza, my friend.
Sin condición.
Life is eternal when you give yourself. That's the slogan of our weekly show. That is why today I feel so honored to be a part of this event and this organization that works unconditionally to save lives. With this award, we are celebrating the life of those that have been given a second chance and of those whose memories will never die.
Andy is a gentleman who has experienced donation and transplantation firsthand, and he has dedicated himself to sharing those experiences with the hope that others will see the good that comes from that decision to donate. So it is now my very great pleasure to introduce Andy Trosper.
Recently, I read an obituary for a 16-year-old young man. It said, "Ryan donated his organs so that others might live." That statement alone defines why we are all here tonight. I was asked to come here tonight and share my story about being a transplant recipient. But really, I think today is about much more than that. I think it is really about how a transplant changes many lives. It's more than just about one recipient and his or her life. For just one transplant affects and changes hundreds and even thousands of lives. It's not about me. I am just one part of the story. A bit of background about me. My journey started at birth, as I was born with a hereditary blood disease. That disease caused me to need blood products for most major medical procedures, surgeries, and as I was growing up, many injuries. One of those necessary medical procedures exposed me to hepatitis C. For the next 28 years, I fought liver disease. Has that ever happened to you? You thought you made a good decision, and then it turned out wrong? Before receiving this gift, I went through a battery of testing. And finally, on December 24th, 2009, my name was added to the transplant list. What a Christmas present that was. On March 2nd, 2010, I was taken to the hospital and had an emergency surgery for a strangulated umbilical hernia. That was the result of the hepatic portal tension caused by hepatitis. Little did we know that even though we thought we were going to the emergency room because I was sick and needed surgery for a hernia, God had a greater plan. He was just putting me in place for a bigger surgery, one that would save my life. After the initial exam, I was taken into surgery late that night. As my family spent the night in the hospital waiting for updates on my condition, God worked the rest of his plan. And while my doctors performed a hernia repair, God was preparing a liver for me. During my surgery, my doctors received a phone call from the Gift of Hope with the news that they had a liver that looked like a match. And after finishing my surgery, the doctors brought the news to my family. They came out and told my wife and daughter the good news that I had a successful hernia repair. But they also shared the great news that a liver was available for me. So on March 3rd, 2010, I received the gift of life from someone I had never met. I'm convinced this could have only happened at the hands of God. I do not believe it was a coincidence that this happened in this way. My doctors have never heard of this type of timing. Upon awakening from surgery, I was amazed that within hours I could actually tell my body was performing differently. Ironically, I never really experienced any pain from the surgeries. My body was busy healing with a new organ. After 2 major surgeries within 24 hours, I was released from the hospital on the 5th day after surgery. Now is when the story gets really good. I no longer have that hereditary blood disease. And I have not been back to the hospital since, except for routine visits. I can only thank God, a donor family I'm just beginning to learn about, the talented, dedicated medical staff, and the loving support of my wife, daughters, family, and friends for my life, plus someone from the Gift of Hope, who approached a donor family, a family who had just lost a 16-year-old son named Ryan. If not for the dedication and skill of people like these lifesavers, none of this would be possible. People like you and my donor family members who decided to make sure they would make one final gift to someone like me, an unknown person just wanting to live.
Donation and the interactions that we have with donor families, they're about Andy's and Andy's family. And patience that you may not see, but that you have the opportunity to say.
The first 2 honorees represent hospitals and health systems whose achievement had created an environment that champions donation and help us maximize every opportunity to make donation possible. Tonight, first Life-Saving Partners Award goes to the donation committee of St. Alexius Medical Center in Hoffman State.
It's truly an honor to receive this award from Gift of Hope. Our hospital has worked very closely with the Gift of Hope over the last few years. Lisa Palmer has been our advocate from the Gift of Hope, and our donation team is committed to making sure that every opportunity we have, we make sure we at least try for every opportunity every time. It really is an honor to be able to save lives all across the state, not just in our own community. It's a really special honor to us.
Our second Life Saving Award is being presented to the life team of Carl Foundation Hospital in Urbana. Carl Life Team consists of hospital's staff members from all hospital units involved in organ and tissue case at Carl's.
The Carl team was created to ensure that the donation process runs smoothly and efficiently, and it has done just that.
Now we move on to our individual Life-Saving Partners Award recipients. Our first honoree is in the category of, in this category is Dr. Venkatesh Ayagari. I did it well! Associate Professor of Neurology at University of Illinois Hospital and Health Science System.
Dr. Ayagari has served as a model for all physicians within the Gift of Hope service area. As a champion for organ and tissue donation at his hospital, aside from assuring that U of I Hospital consistently makes timely referrals and working tirelessly to create an environment that supports donation there, he continues to give every family that he and his donation team members work with the opportunity to donate.
The Reverend Carter is being recognized for his continuing work to bring the donation message to the African American community.
I am so honored to receive this award from Gift of Hope. Truly, they are lifesavers, reaching out to donors, reaching out to recipients, and coordinating what it takes to save a life. And I'm thankful to God for the opportunity to work in our community to increase the number of African Americans who become donors. So I'm thankful to Gift of Hope and Jack Lynch, who I don't think he ever sleeps. He works so hard. So I'm thankful for this Lifesavers Award.
Dan Dickinson is chairman of INAV Group, one of the nation's leading material suppliers for the aviation industry. And like our guest speaker tonight, Andy Truster, he is also a liver transplant recipient.
When you receive the gift, that you have an obligation, and you have an obligation to perpetuate that. It's a great honor for me, but more importantly, I hope that it's a way where it can be leveraged for other people to do the same thing. Here in Illinois, we're at about a 60% level on organ sign-up. That's good. It's probably not good enough. When I visit the hospital sometimes, I meet people and they're going to die before they get an organ. And when you see that, I think it motivates you to even work a little bit harder, have more people sign up, and you have an obligation and a payback to society. And I hope all of us tonight have accomplished some of that.
Susanna is a registered nurse and is being honored tonight for her work as a dedicated hospital liaison and champion for donation. Last year, she was instrumental in refining Christ Hospital's policies and procedures and educating the hospital staff about Gift of Hope's in-house organ recovery program, which we launched early last year.
I'm just very appreciative at the partnership between Gift of Hope and the clinicians at the hospital levels. It allows us to be part of something very, very big. It allows us to make sense out of senseless things that occur, accidents and things like that on the donor end. And it brings, it really truly is a gift of life, a gift of hope.
Jody is being honored for her work to help increase donation opportunities at Advocate Condell as a member of the hospital's donation committee, and to introduce and apply donation best practices in her department. Jody has been particularly instrumental in implementing new quality improvement practices in tissue donation at Condell by offering creative ideas for their development and by spearheading efforts to educate her staff members about them. As a result of her work, Advocate Condell now has important donation-related policies in place to maximize tissue donation opportunities.
The funeral service professionals have emerged as one of our most important partners in donation. So we are particularly pleased to honor and recognize Carl and Stephanie Ken tonight.
The partnership between Gift of Hope and Worsham College shows to me Gift of Hope's commitment to grieving families.
It's a very humbling experience because Gift of Hope has touched so many people's lives that I just feel that it's quite an honor to be recognized by them when they really are the heroes in all of this.
Our next two honorees know firsthand about the importance of organ and tissue donation and about the tragedy and joy surrounding people touched by donation. Maggie Chris tragically lost her husband, Jim, in 2009 as he waited for a liver transplant that never came. And Marcia Strasberg, the wife of our guest speaker tonight, Andy Strasberg, witnessed the full scope of the organ donation process, from the time her husband first realized he needed a liver transplant to live, to the time he eventually received the gift of life from a selfless donor. They are being recognized tonight for their work to revitalize Gift of Hope's Donor Quilt project.
It's a real honor for me to receive this. I'm a quilter, and my husband died waiting for a liver transplant. He was unable to be a donor because of his medical condition, but at the time, right before he died, we asked if there was a possibility. So it was interesting to have the people from Gift of Hope come and talk to us about it. And they treated us with such compassion and kindness that I decided I wanted to do that. So to be able to work with these donor squares to make them into beautiful quilts is just a real experience that is a thrill for us.
This was an honor that I never expected to receive. When my friend Maggie and I decided to help the Gift of Hope with the quilts, it was really an honor to do it, and especially since Andy has had a liver transplant and I'm a nurse myself, I felt that it was very important that we do this work so that others could learn about the gift of donation. And really, I'm very humbled by the honor, and I hope that I can live up to the prestige of the Gift of Hope organization. And I'm so blessed that my husband is a speaker and that the quilts go to hospitals where he speaks, and hopefully people see them and it does change lives, because I know it's changed mine in so many ways.
Our next honoree has been instrumental in helping Gift of Hope establish a strong presence in the northern West Indiana and for instituting donation best practices at her hospital and throughout the entire system her hospital belongs to. Jana Lacera wears two hats at Community Hospital in Monster, Indiana, serving as the director of both the Institutional Review Board and the Bioethic Department at the hospital. Our next two honorees have devoted a considerable amount of time and energy to achieve this goal. Because of their ongoing commitment in support of our mission, we recognize them tonight as a life-saving partner. The first honoree is the Reverend Marco Antonio Mercado, Director of Hispanic Ministry of the Archdiocese of Chicago.
Father Mercado has served as a strong and influential voice in encouraging people in Chicago's Hispanic communities to support donation by registering as donors. And he has supported us each time.
For me, it's a privilege, and I think that is something that I don't deserve because I'm doing my job. And when I say that I'm doing my job, it's not my job as a priest, but my job as a human being, because it's the responsibility of every human being to share what we have received in life, the same life that we can share in the moments when we don't need it anymore.
Since his appointment as president and CEO, he has made it his personal and professional mission to educate the Latino population in the Norwegian American community about donation and about the importance of being registered to be an organ donor. From the time he first arrived at Norwegian American, he has opened his door to us and has been a steady supporter of our mission.
Received this on behalf of all of my partners. You certainly are one of them. But on behalf of my staff at Norwegian American Hospital, the board of directors, our physicians, the families, and the community at large. I mean, this means a great deal to us, not only to me personally, but to us as a community in Humboldt Park. So thank you so much for your great recognition.
Sally is being recognized for her work in negotiating on our behalf with the medical centers, operation and medical leadership to give Hope staff access to its electronic medical record system, along with the ability to enter patient management data on potential donors.
Well, this is such an incredible honor, and it was really a surprise to me to be recognized for the work that we do every day. It's so important to our patients that we are able to make our hospital systems work that we wouldn't expect. I would never have expected to have been recognized with an award for it. So I'm very honored, and I'm very, very proud of the team that I worked with that was able to accomplish the work that we did to improve our systems at the hospital.
Thank you for all that you do to make donation a possibility in your communities, whether it be a hospital, whether it be the public, whether it be in your church, your business, your family. It all means something very important. So thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for being here tonight to allow us to say thank you.